Looking for the best circular saw? In this video, we'll break down the top circular saws available, whilst comparing them for price versus performance. Before we get started with our video detailing the best circular saws on the market, we have included links in the description for each product mentioned, so make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. Starting off at number 1, we have the DEWALT DS391B. This compact circular saw from DEWALT combines the best of portability, power, and comfort to make it the ideal choice for those in need of an all-around workhorse. The saw measures just 15.25 inches across, which means it doesn't take up too much space in your shop, and at only 7.1 pounds, it's relatively easy to transport in the field. Plus, this saw is cordless and runs on batteries to improve portability. However, the reason it's not the smallest or lightest saw we reviewed is that DEWALT equipped it with a powerful 20-watt motor that allows it to smoothly cut through nearly any material. The 5250 RPM blade and 6.5-inch blade diameter make this one of the most versatile circular saws on the market today, and users find that it can easily handle whatever you throw at it. The main issue that users had with this saw was the battery life, which is relatively short because of the power draw of the saw on the batteries. Users recommended opting for 4 or 5 amp-hour batteries to use with the saw, and recommended purchasing multiple batteries if you will be using the saw for extended periods. Another advantage to the DEWALT circular saw is its construction. The shoe is made from a high-strength magnesium alloy that won't bend or buckle over time, meaning that your cuts will be accurate over the entire, long lifetime of this tool. Plus, DEWALT paid special attention to the grip to make it comfortable for extended use by fitting it with an overmolded rubber comfort grip. Users found that not only did it make this saw easy to handle, but it also improved balance when making cuts. At number 2, we have the Milwaukee M18 26-30-20. Don't let the budget price of this compact circular saw from Milwaukee fool you. It packs many of the same features as the more expensive saws. The main difference between this and other saws is the weight to size ratio. Although this is one of the more compact saws in our list, it weighs a whopping 9 pounds. While some users using the saw for extended periods would have preferred a lighter saw that is less tiring on the arms, most casual users will be happy to add the extra weight for the budget price and extra power this saw provides. Despite its small size, this saw is able to power a 6.5-inch blade up to 3500 RPM, even when running on batteries rather than an electric cable. Users also did not report any complaints about the battery life, although, as for most cordless saws, they recommended purchasing a second battery. The 2-in-1-inch depth of cut is very good compared to similar compact saws, and users appreciated that the 45-degree bevel on the blade allows them to use this saw for a much wider variety of tasks. While some users wished for advanced features like laser sighting or LED light on the front of the saw, the lack of these high-end features at this price point is not surprising. Milwaukee further adds value and sets this saw apart by offering a 5-year warranty, the longest among the compact circular saws that we reviewed. At number 3, we have the Dremel SM20-02. For small projects that require an acute amount of force, there is no better tool than this miniature circular saw from Dremel. The cordless saw focuses all of its power on a small 3-inch diameter blade, which provides just a 3/4 inch depth of cut. However, that small blade spins at 17,000 RPM, fast enough to cut through not only wood, but metal bolts, tile, and masonry as if it were nothing. While users noted that they would not keep this as their primary circular saw for woodworking projects because of the limited depth of cut, almost all recommended it as a second tool in your workshop that is invaluable when you need it. The design of the blade itself is versatile in that Dremel left a secondary space to place the blade on the outside of the tool so that you can use it for straight cutting, as you would most circular saws, as well as plunge and flush cutting for specialized applications. The saw has an integrated dust extraction port so that it doesn't clog up with sawdust, which users found worked effectively. Plus, Dremel optimized the grip diameter so that this tool is comfortable to hold when working with it for long periods. The saw comes with 5 blades and a hard-sided case for transport, increasing the value of this bundle. Plus, Dremel offers a 2-year warranty on their saw to provide peace of mind for your purchase. At number 4, we have the Rockwell RK3440K Versacut. This corded compact circular saw from Rockwell is amazingly light at only 4 pounds. Users couldn't believe how easy this saw was to wield for extended periods and didn't think twice about throwing it in their tool bags when heading into the field thanks to its low weight. Note that the low weight is made possible in part by the small blade on this saw, which is only 3 3/8 inches in diameter. This translates to a 1 11/16 inch maximum cutting depth, so this is not the saw you'll want to turn to when cutting through thick pieces of wood or metal. However, users found that the 3500 RPM blade speed was fast enough, and the saw's motor powerful enough to slice through thin pieces of hardwood with ease. Plus, the saw is equipped with a laser guide that makes it simple to achieve precise cuts every time, and a dust extraction adapter that helps to reduce the amount of sawdust blown around by the saw. Users found 2 primary issues with this saw that can further limit its utility as an all-around saw if you're looking to have only one circular saw in your toolbox. The first is that the spring on the blade guard is somewhat tough, so that you have to push surprisingly hard to make it retract for a cut. The second is that the saw is not capable of making bevel cuts, a much more significant issue for any serious woodworkers interested in making complex joints. And for our last pick at number 5, we have the Makita 50-07F. This corded saw from Makita leads the pack of compact circular saws when it comes to power and blade diameter. The 15-amp motor is so powerful that it is able to drive the large 7 1/4 inch blade at speeds of 5,800 RPM, which users found was more than enough to cut through any type of wood and even thick sheets of metal without an issue. The other advantage to the large diameter blade is that this saw has the largest maximum depth of cut of any of the saws that we reviewed, at 2 3/8 inches. However, note that the combination of the cord and the high weight of the saw make it significantly less portable than competing compact circular saws, and that the saw can weigh on your arms if you plan on using it for extended periods. Part of the added weight of this saw comes from the heavy gauge aluminum wraparound shoe, which is highly durable and will extend the life of the saw while keeping your cuts precise. The saw is able to bevel up to 45 degrees, making it a versatile tool for your woodworking projects. Most of all, users love the 2 LED lights on the front to illuminate the material you are working on, and the built-in dust blower that clears the area ahead of the saw of dust, so that you can see any guidelines you have drawn on the material. Despite the robustness of the saw, one drawback is that the Makita only offers a 1-year warranty on their product. So that sums up our top circular saws of 2019. We hope you enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like on the video, and if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. Until next time, have a great day.